It's the first full weekend of June, Saturday the 7th. Let's get into your forecast. Starting in the west, we have some interesting temperature storylines. Cooler temperatures for the prairies where that'll really help with the wildfire situation, it looks like. Meanwhile, we're seeing the heat for southern British Columbia over the next few days. Some of that heat moving into Alberta as well, but 30-degree temperatures on tap once again for the weekend. You see yesterday Soyuz hit that 30-degree mark, and they're back in that territory today. Even hotter tomorrow, and you'll notice sunshine, not much in the way of cloud cover whatsoever. It's going to be weather-free for southern British Columbia, while the north coast deals with a bit of moisture for this weekend. So we'll be watching to see how this impacts the fire danger in this part of the country. But as you can see for Vancouver, a couple sunny days with that heat before things start to cool down a little bit. And then by the end of the week, we're below the 20-degree mark in the forecast. Nice to see some rain in the mix as well. Meanwhile, the cooler temperatures have already arrived for areas like Winnipeg, and the rest of Manitoba also dealing with a cooler pattern, which is good news. And on top of that, more good news, we do have some moisture in the areas we need it the most. So this low pressure system early in the weekend into the day tomorrow as well. You see overnight some good rainfall there, and then eventually that does leave the area, but going to be bringing some much needed moisture. And we're hoping this can kind of help put a little bit of a positive effect on the wildfire situation. Now, the bad news is the winds are still very much a factor for the weekend, and so kind of a good news, bad news situation. We'll be keeping an eye on the winds. Now, we also have some stormy weather today in parts of southern Manitoba into northwestern Ontario. You see really behind this cold front some pretty good looking storms along that line there. Now, we do have that chance for the severe weather in areas like southern Manitoba and northwestern Ontario. You can see that squall line as we just saw a moment ago, something we'll be watching for today. Off to eastern Canada. It's a beautiful start to the weekend for many in Ontario. Meanwhile, for Atlantic Canada, it is looking a little hairy for the Maritimes, especially today. Meanwhile, tomorrow, it's Newfoundland dealing with the not so pretty weather, but a pretty looking forecast for day 3 of the Canadian Open in Caledon. You see mostly sunny skies, 25 degrees. It has been pretty hazy with wildfire smoke in the mix, but should see a bit of improvement in that regard. Tomorrow, the final day of the Big Golf Tournament, cooler temperatures and mostly cloudy skies for the afternoon. Still playable conditions, certainly. Now, there's a look at our nice start to the weekend. We could see tomorrow a bit of activity in areas like the southwestern part of Ontario and the Niagara region. Then we have this system that's just going to continue moving in. This could make for a bit of a stormy Monday. Take a look here across Ontario as we begin the work week. And yes, cooler temperatures and potentially even some stormy conditions into the afternoon. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Now, rain showers for Toronto on Monday, a little up and down temperature-wise this week. Keep in mind, average daytime high in Toronto this time of year, 23 degrees, and we'll be kind of on either side of that depending on which day of the week you're looking at. Now, we do have some active weather, but generally speaking, pretty quiet this weekend in southern Quebec. Here's a look at today where we do have that chance of stormy activity. Temperatures a little higher than normal, but yesterday, Montreal had the worst air quality in the world for any major city. The good news is we will start to see some improvement throughout today in that regard. Now, taking a look here at our 7-day forecast, we see midweek could see some more active weather for Montreal. And we'll finish in Atlantic Canada. As I mentioned, not a pretty looking weekend forecast. We're going to start off more so for the Maritimes with the rainy weather. Nova Scotia should see that more so later in the afternoon and evening and into the overnight hours as well, before things shift over to Newfoundland for a not so pretty Sunday. Also, we have a chance of some non-severe thunderstorm activity in southern Quebec today and parts of the Maritimes.